Hujambo mpenzi mtazamaji wa PNK TV na karibu. Sasa maisha ya Wakenya yanaonekana yatazidi kuwa magumu zaidi kwa miezi ijayo. Yani Kenyans will have to tighten their belts for hard economic times for long after it emerged that the government is broke, worsening the current high cost of living. Despite unveiling a juicy manifesto on June 30th and making flowery promises on the campaign trails, President William Ruto has been hit with the economic reality of the country, throwing him into disarray as far as implementation of his pledges are concerned. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has come out to plead with Kenyans to be patient with the Kenya Kwanza administration as it finds a way to arrest the high cost of living which they had promised to tackle immediately after being sworn in. According to the country's second in command, the administration of Uhuru Kenyatta handed them a dilapidated economy, with the National Treasury having no money to enable them move with speed to implement their campaign promises with 100 days in office. Gachagua said, and I quote, "We have inherited a dilapidated economy. We have found empty coffers. There is barely any money in this country, and we are starting from scratch. I've asked the people of Kenya to be patient with us because we have a plan, but it cannot be immediate because we have found a bad situation in terms of the economy." End of quote. He also added, "When we were campaigning, we did not know that the situation was so bad until we came to the government. We got the National Treasury Cabinet Secretary with his officials and provided us with the balance sheet to see how we look. We found the stores were empty." The DP described the country's economic situation as very bad, saying that if the President Ruto had not taken bold steps to suspend the fuel subsidy, the situation could have worsened further. The situation is very bad, with the previous administration having gone on the way they were going with fuel subsidies. Another 6 months, we would have had an economic shutdown. That is why the president took a very bold decision that the fuel subsidy using 20 billion Kenyan shillings every month was not sustainable, said Mr. Gachagua, adding that the tax the government collects now goes into paying salaries. The revelation by the country's second in command means that Kenyans will have to wait longer to know whether the current regime will make life easier for them or the situation will deteriorate further. Dr. Ruto, during the campaign, touted initiatives targeting the poor, women, youth, small-scale traders, and incentives for manufacturing, agriculture, and other key economic drivers. Within his first 100 days in office, Dr. Ruto pledged to arrest the high cost of living and establish 50 billion Hustlers Fund. But with the current situation, the timelines of fulfilling these promises will have to change. Despite lowering the cost of fertilizer to 3,500 Kenyan shillings per 50 kilogram bag, this is contrary to the campaign pledge of 2,500, with agricultural experts arguing that productivity cannot increase with cheap fertilizer and expensive fuels. In the latest month review by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Super Petrol is up by 20.18 to retail at 179.30 shillings per litre in Nairobi. Diesel is up by 25 shillings to retail at 165 per litre, while kerosene is up by 20 to retail as 147 per litre. But Mr. Gachagua argued that subsidizing production is beneficial to consumers, unlike in consumption, where there is no return, noting that the economic interventions will work out. Now you're up to date. Don't forget to subscribe and to turn on post notification. See you in the next one.